Hello, welcome everyone. Blessings, and thank you for joining me at Inner Landscapes at Enchanted Evening. This is the weekly reading for today, Monday, July the 16th, 2018, through Sunday, July 22nd, 2018. So I hope everyone had a great week last week and weekend. And I'll give you the messages that I received off the top for this reading. And as you know, I usually do get messages before each reading for you all, for whoever I'm reading for. And I did get a couple that were not my usual. I guess they don't all follow a pattern. It's whatever message that needs to be delivered at the time. But this one is not like any that I've gotten before, but I'm just going to give it to you the way it was given to me. And so when I first tuned in, I received that the Creator, your divine God teams, want you all to know for this week that they say that it's a sacred and holy week specifically. And I thought, okay. And basically asked for, more detail or anything else on that. And what they showed me was it's relating to what they showed me was a portal. And then I later was able to find out that it was related, this portal, or these portals that they showed me are related to the astrological events we have going on that happened last week, Thursday, Friday, I believe, as well as the ones that are coming up, I believe, next week. Anyway, so they're showing me, but specifically, especially since this week that we are in falls smack dab in week-wise, falls smack dab in between the two of the major events, that's why they are saying that this week in particular is a holy, sacred week because of these they're portals is what I get, but somehow I also feel like they may be considered also vortexes. And so the other thing that I got with that, right after I was shown the portal, as the reason to why they say this week is holy and sacred for us, I was shown the cross. And what they gave me with that, which was also interesting, I've never, gotten a message like that, but what they gave me with that was that, with the cross, was that it's, I guess I would call it, they're requesting, both suggesting and requesting that we, this week especially, let the Christos, the Christ energy, Christ light and Christ energy into ourselves, into our homes, into our environments, into our lives. And they gave me the reason that this is the perfect time to do, well, any time is the perfect time is what they're saying, but the reason they're asking specifically that request for this week is because, unlike many of the other elevated energies or ascended master energies, or, those energies along those lines. Unlike other energies, the Christ energy is more often not welcomed in because of, dogma, stereotypes, and experiences that people may have had in their communities, in their churches, in their religions, what have you, that it's the one that people they have reservations about working with on a constant basis and about just, completely absorbing that energy and taking it in. So that's why they're not saying take it, they're not saying something like, accept Jesus into your life this week, which may be the usual that's accompanied with, that type of suggestion. But they're saying, for those of you who want to take it as taking Jesus Christ into your homes, into your lives, into your hearts, your energies this week, then absolutely blessed be, do so. Take it in that manner. But they're saying, for the ones that don't resonate with that, to take it as just the Christ, the highest, purest vibration of light, the Christ light, Christos light and love energy, to take that into your home. And it's all to do, they're saying, in conjunction with these portals, with these astrological events, and particularly with this week. Anytime it's open, that suggestion, it can be taken, they're saying, but they're asking in particular, specifically, for it to be done this week because of the what's the way they put it, the benefit that we'll receive from it. Beyond that, I don't have any more information on, to delve deeper in, at least not at this moment, on that suggestion or request. So I just give it, like I said, as I receive it. So I pray that you receive it with open arms, and that it benefits you 7 and 70-fold. All right, so that was essentially the message I got for you initially. So let's see what else your divine teams have, message-wise for you for this week. All right, I have not shuffled these cards, so give me a moment, like I usually do. I usually try to shuffle ahead of time or keep my cards shuffled, but I have not, so give me just a moment. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, I see. All right. It's a little bit more information on why I got that initial message that I did receive for you guys. So we'll get to that in a moment. Oh yeah, got it. That makes sense. I don't know if you guys saw that. All right, so let me do this. Switch something around just a moment. Not the cards, I just need to move them to make room. And as I may have already mentioned in a previous reading for you guys, I have, at least for now, until further notice, I have decided to go ahead and keep the timeline spread in my readings for you guys. So at least for now, that's what we're going with. It does make them a little bit longer, but that's okay because it's worth it. All right. So when I pulled the very first card, it already showed me a tie into the initial message that I got for you all. And so as you know, the initial card in my readings, in my spreads, shows the general energies for the time period we're talking about for this week, and the overarching energies, general matter for this week. Okay? And it's titled Heart Chakra. And this one is related to what I was saying as far as the high vibrating, pure Christ energy that your teams and the divine are asking you to take in this week. Wow, I don't always get chills, and that really wasn't a chill, but it was almost like an energy wave just hit me. So this is a very powerful energy for this week. Kind of still buzzing from that wave that hit me. So anyway, what this is saying, that in general for this week, you are being asked to take the high, pure, high vibrating energy into your energies, into your heart, into your core, the core of your being. So not only into your home, into your environment, but into the core of your being. And give it a home there is what they're showing me. There's something also with your sacral chakra here as well. Some kind of tie or benefit to your sacral chakra as well. Okay, the next card talks about the underlying energies, or the root or foundation of the general energies for this week, or you can call this the reason why for the energies of this week. And this is titled Power of Joy, and it's Maitreya. And again, so I pulled out that first card and knew it was tied to the initial message, and this as well. The reason that these energies are for this week is because you as a whole, I can say we as a whole, have asked for more joy, more higher vibrating energies in our life. And not just in an ethereal, airy-fairy type of way, but more joy tangible to us, more joy that we can experience in our here and now and day-to-day 3D physical reality world, is what they're saying. Not something that's, there it is. Okay, so they're saying something that we've been calling in and asking and requesting for more joy in the here and now, within ourselves, within our homes, within our environments, communities, and world, in the here and in the now, that we can experience here and now. So that's why all of this is happening. But they also said to make sure to mention that it's the reason that I keep repeating in the here and now tangible joy is because they're saying that we as a collective don't want, well, that's not true. Not that we don't want, but we're fine with, the idea and the concept of, a joy, that we can experience in the afterlife, which we generally call heaven. We have no problem with that as a whole, but that's not what we were calling in. We didn't want something etheric or ethereal, which is what most of us deem heaven as. Especially if you are in the Christian tradition, that's how generally joy is seen. Or, the heavenly kind of joy that we've been asking for is seen. It's more an ethereal, like when you die, then you'll get that joy that you're looking for. All the works that we do in this life are for after this life in heaven. And they're saying that's not what we've been calling in. That's not why the energies of this week are. They're saying because we wanted something, we wanted heaven on earth. We want to bring heaven on earth for the here and the now, not only to experience after we're no longer on this earth, and dancing with the angels or what have you, whatever your idea of heaven and joy is, but that we also wanted to bring it here and now, and they're saying there's no reason why it can't be in the here and now as well as in the hereafter. So that's why this is for this week. Okay, hope I explained that. I feel like I got out exactly the way they were giving it to me, is how it was given to you. So that's good. Okay, so next card shows what your desires in relation to what's going on with this week and what's happening for you and with you this week are your core desires. And this card is titled Yoga, and that's Babaji. So they're saying, wow, we really did call this in, as they're saying, and that's our true desire, especially for this week, is to bring the spiritual aspect of all we hold, deem good and spiritual and beneficial and valuable to our lives, to really anchor that into this reality, to bring it into this reality that we are living. It is, I tell you what, there are times when I do actually physically feel the energy of cards, but it's far and few in between. But this time, I mean, the energy of this entire reading is it's like a buzz that I'm getting from just holding these cards and, you know, being in the space of this reading. It's literally, the energy is buzzing. Such a good energy. I hope you guys are picking up on this. And for those of you who are sensitive enough that you feel these good vibes right now. I'm thinking of the song, that's why I'm laughing. Good vibes. But especially with these two cards, I'm getting the cards are literally resonating and vibrating. The energy it's just coming off of them in waves. It's amazing, beautiful. Yes, so we've called this in because of our desire to live a different kind of life and to bring that in. And they're saying that's what they mentioned before, and I didn't mention it to you because I was so caught up in feeling the energy of the card, but they wanted me to mention as well. Wow. They wanted me to mention as well, that's why with my initial message of the portals and it being a holy week, etc., a sacred week, that's why this is tied to that we have been calling in the anchoring of a better energy, a higher vibrating energy into this earth, into our environment, and into this world, and into our experience. So that's how it's kind of all tied together. The openings or portals happening from the way they're saying that it's coming in manifestation-wise is through these astrological events, which are creating energetic portals that are allowing us, if we so choose, to anchor this high vibrating, and they're calling it Christ energy, into this world. So that's why they've asked you to invite that energy into your heart, which I believe is one big part of, or way that it's going to be anchored into this world. Okay? Yeah, I didn't expect this kind of reading for this week. Anyway, continuing. The next card shows your luck card, and I think you all know by now what I mean by the luck card. To sum it up, it's basically the seeds you've already planted, the energy you've already sown, that you're reaping without having to do anything more because it's already working for you. So it's in your flow already. And it's titled Mother, Wife, Sister, Daughter. And this is Lady Nada. And this one is showing this is showing that what we have going for us this week is that we have sewn in or called in to sewn into the more feminine aspects and energies that exist for this world. And we've called that in, we've been calling that in, and it's been here, but it's showing that it's grown and that we are continuing to help it grow. And through that, what we have going in our favor, specifically for the energies this week, is that has to do with compassion. I want to say that it's like our compassion has grown as well, and we have a good handle on compassion at this point. That energy is actually flowing with us. It's in our flow, essentially. That's the best way I can put it. That we're working in our favor, is working. The feminine energies are working, and the largest component of the feminine energies that are working for us this week, that are helping us this week, that are assets to us this week, is compassion. Okay, so the next card shows me what the obstacles or challenges that we face this week are, because we haven't sown these energies yet into our flow. So obstacles, challenges, are what we have to work on, essentially. And this is called Cupid. This card is titled Cupid. And they're saying with this is that we are still working out, and also will be given chances and opportunities throughout this week in particular, to work out our understanding and our views on love and what love really is. Because I have a feeling that for a whole lot of us, this is going to change. Our understanding of love is going to change this week, especially. Okay, so next shows what outside influences and forces or other influence and forces are affecting the situation without us having much say-so in it. They're just already occurring, for better or for worse. And this card is titled Oceana. And this is showing me that we have... Okay, what's the best way I can put this? We have a huge beneficial force working and helping us and affecting us this week. And the way they're showing it to me is that it's a spiritual force, a big spiritual force or push that is behind us this week, that is really a positive force that's working on us positively. And I get that the source of this spiritual help and energy is extremely positive as well. And what it's doing, the way it's affecting our general energies for this week, I'm sorry if I said month before, I meant week. The way it's these energies, this huge energy is helping us kind of behind the scenes spiritually, if you will, is that it is helping each of us to align with ourselves, to align with ourselves so that we align better with God. So that we walk our truth and our path more clearly, more steadily. Okay, so then the next card we have shows what the divine guidance and advice is from Creator, your divine teams, all of the above, for this week. And this card is titled Choose Peace, and this is Paramahansa Yogananda. And they're showing me with this that this week, one major cycle is ending. At the same time, another major cycle is beginning. And this, they're showing me, has to do with two portals. Yeah, it's so it's not a double-ended portal. It is two portals that they're showing me, but what they're showing me also with this is that, so one portal, major portal or cycle closing, another one is opening for us. But what they're showing me, the advice here is that that some people may, I don't want to say inadvertently, but some of us may cling to the closing portal, or the energies that are closing out, the cycle that is closing out of fear. They may cling to those energies, or what they're calling old ways of thinking, seeing, doing, feeling, acting. Some may cling to those old ways and old energies that are closing out of fear of the unknown, or fear of the new, or fear of change. And I don't think it's most of us. It's less than the majority of us. It's a minority of us. But they're saying there's a tendency for some to cling to the old ways, especially within this week with the changes, or the change from one to the other, energy-wise and cycle-wise. And they're saying the advice is obviously not to do that. Be aware of it. They're telling you so that you can be aware of it, be conscious and mindful of it, to not do that, to welcome the new energies in and not cling to the old. They're saying this is a week to be courageous about embracing changes, and letting go, and then embracing the change that's coming, embracing the new energies, because we know already that it's beneficial. But we can't see that it's beneficial or experience it necessarily as beneficial if we're clinging to the old ways that aren't working and haven't been working for us or beneficial for us for a long time running. Okay, so that's the advice for this week, to let go of the old and welcome in the new, because it's a better way for us. They're saying the advice also is in short, to be courageous in doing so this week. Make the courageous choice to let go and welcome the new. Okay, next we have the position that shows me, or shows us, what your strengths are for this week in regards to the general energies. And this card is titled Archangel Gabriel. And this, when I first just, saw this card come out, it just blatantly, the energies of it just blatantly came up at face value, that there's just, it's an announcement, essentially. It's almost like an announcement to yourselves, an announcement, or I could say also a declaration, an announcement to ourselves as well as to all else in the world, all else that we come in contact with and are involved with, that we're walking a new and better way, and we're ushering in that new and better way, that we're not marching to the beat of the old ways anymore. We're announcing the new way, and they're saying it starts from within. That's your greatest strength, to recognize that and announce that or declare that from within yourselves, so that it can, basically be your call. You live out what you're called, you know what I mean? What you acknowledge within yourself that you're called to do is what you're living out. So that's what they're saying your greatest strength is for this week, is to acknowledge it, declare it, affirm it, call it out, so that you can walk it out in your lives. So that's what we already have built into us right now, and we can use for this week. Our strength that we can use for this week. All right, and then we're going to our timeline spread. So this first card pretty much gives what's going on energy-wise and what may have happened today. So today, Monday, and may kind of bleed into Tuesday, but essentially it's for today. And this card is titled Ask. Excuse me. And today it's just asking you, no pun intended, the what's going on today just asks you to gather, to pay attention and to gather yourself, essentially, is what I'm seeing. So that you can begin to live each area and each aspect of your life intentionally. But I'm getting the strongest part of that is the gather yourself and pay attention to all aspects of yourself, all aspects of your lives, and declare, if you will, remember, very crystal clear intentions. And that's today's energy, which again, like I said, can bleed into tomorrow. Next card is Tuesday's, for Tuesday, and which could also bleed into Wednesday. And this card is titled Celeste. And this is literally talking about ushering in this new energy. That's written all over this card. Yeah, it's very new energies is what, and it's going to feel that way to you, is what I'm getting about your day tomorrow. That there's going to be, even if there aren't new things, for instance, if you're not doing a new routine or a new project or something, getting something new, the things that you already have and are already doing, the processes and your day as it already goes, even if that you're doing the exact same things, it's going to feel new. If not some of those, maybe even all of the things that you do tomorrow. But at least some of the things, the processes of your day, to, your Tuesday tomorrow, your regular day, is going to, even if you're doing the same things, like I said, it's going to feel like different, like new air has been breathed into certain aspects of your normal processes that you go through day in, day out normally, feel the same normally. But tomorrow, you're going to notice that there are things that you do all the time which for some reason now feel new. Like there's a new take on it, new energy. And I feel like this is more of a visceral feeling that you might get. Like, I've done this, maybe for years now, but I sense a difference. This feels different. The same thing feels different today. Okay. And they're saying that's how it's supposed to go. It's a good thing. Okay, next is the card I gave you a sneak peek about. And these are your energies, essential energies for Wednesday. And I do have a feeling that we're going to get some of these the energies of this card. It's going to start on Tuesday at some point, but majorly on Wednesday, the major energy is going to start to take place. And this is called Open Your Heart to Love, and this is Jesus. So he just had to show up in this reading with the initial message of the Christ energy. He just had to. And I am hearing that Wednesday especially, if you're called to do it at some point later on Tuesday, tomorrow, then fabulous. But they're saying Wednesday is essentially the big invite day, the most opportune time, because it is smack dab in the middle of the week and sort of between the energies, almost in the middle of the energies of the astrological events and the portals, actually, as they're saying. I'm sorry, not the, even though they're tied, but they didn't say the actual astrological events. They're saying the portals. They're in between the two energetic portals, Wednesday is. So that's why it's the most opportune time to usher in and welcome in, accept the invitation to invite in the highest, purest love and light, highest vibrating energies of the Christ energy. So whatever way you would like to look at that, please do, even if you just look at it as calling in, asking in, and inviting in the highest, purest, vibrating light and love energies into your homes, into your hearts, into your everyday life, and anchoring it within yourself that day, Wednesday. That's the invitation. And that's what they showed is the strongest energy of the day, that invitation. Yeah. So, okay, next. I feel like there was something else actually for this. Another part of this, they're showing me that's occurring Wednesday, maybe partly Tuesday, but definitely Wednesday, is that, well, one, they do want to mention that some feel like, and I think it's that minority we talked about with the in the advice card of the one cycle closing out and one opening, that minority that might be clinging to the old passing away energies that don't work. I think that's who they're speaking to here, that the message is some of you don't feel like you're worthy to even ask for this energy to settle in within you and around you, to be with you, let alone, think of accepting the invitation of this type of energy. And they're saying you absolutely are, but more than that is that the way has been parted specifically so that even those who don't think they deserve this to actually have this, regardless of how you feel. Because generally the way it goes, they're saying, is that you think you don't deserve it, and then that's kind of basically what you receive. They agree. God always agrees with us in a sense, and that's through God's universal law of attraction. So although God knows our worth and that we're always worthy, universal, the law of attraction will give you, because, let's put it this way, because, look at it this way, because God loves us so much, He doesn't argue with us. And that's hence our free will. He doesn't argue with us. If we say we're not worthy, he knows we are worthy. But if we don't think we're worthy or deserve something, through the universal law of attraction, we're agreed with. And that's what's given to us, what we feel we deserve. Essentially, we get what we feel we deserve, what we think we deserve. But with this card, Wednesday, they're saying that these portals have occurred and are a huge help to those who don't think that they are worthy, who would normally just have to receive and keep receiving what the law of attraction brings them because of their thoughts that aren't, of the highest caliber. The way has been parted for that, so that even they, I don't want to say aren't subject to the rules with the law of attraction, but it's along those lines. This energy is more powerful than the law of attraction, let's put it that way. This high vibrating Christ energy is just has more attraction than the law of attraction. Shall we put it that way? So that's what they want you to know, that even though you don't think you deserve it, you'll have it, because they know this energy has been, the ways have been parted so that this energy can come in for you regardless. All you have to do is accept it. You don't necessarily have to believe it, be at the point of believing it at this point. You just have to accept it, is what they're saying. So, wow, I feel like I'm reading right from the Bible. But that's what they're giving it. These are the energies that are emanating off of this. And did make me go back specifically for that. So that's interesting. Okay, and that's good, beautiful. The next card is later Wednesday and into Thursday. And this is titled, What Do You Desire? So with this, Thursday, it looks like it's just going to be you trying to figure out how these new energies, how this new way, this new energy, life that has come in essentially to this world, how to fit it into your world, because it's there. You're just not necessarily going to be used to it. You're going to kind of be fumbling around, not in the dark, so to speak, but just like as if things aren't completely in their place or cleared yet, because things are still settling from this energy into your life. So it's like this energy on Thursday is going to feel, it's going to be like a guest in your life. It's going to feel like a guest in your life still, until you become acclimated to it and everything. You settle with it and it settles with you, if that makes sense. So Thursday is like a number 6 day. It's all about rebalancing, reharmonizing, that type of thing. So think of Thursday as a 6th day. And this is Friday and into the weekend. So, and what they're saying is that actually some of this card is bleeds into Friday. So this is possibly late Wednesday, definitely Thursday, and then part of Friday. But this is Friday and into the weekend. And I get that a majority of this is the 2 weekend days, but also partly Friday. And this is titled Ray. Yeah, and this card just shows you really beginning to tune in and accept the energies that you were trying to acclimate to the day before on Thursday. It really shows you becoming figuring out how to work with these energies, that you've kind of nestled into them, and you've got your new routine, and you're settling in just fine with it. They show me a lot of you can see it right on this card, are going to have the urge to, usually Friday and Saturday, not necessarily Sunday, but Friday and Saturday are the days that we generally have for, just hanging out and, celebrating the weekend, that type of thing, which, not that you won't necessarily, it's not saying that you won't be doing that, but they're saying more, they're seeing more of you actually putting that on the back burner. Again, like I'm saying, it's not that it won't occur. It's celebrating and going out and being with people, having fun times, but that's going to be more on the back burner. And a majority of Friday and this weekend for you will be about being at home with these energies and working with these new energies in your life now, as well as meditating. It's almost like the energies that have been happening this week have acclimated you by the end of this week to desiring and wanting to tune in more and make these types of things, tuning into yourself, tuning into the creator, to your team, doing your check-ins with them more often and first before going on about your day, your daily routine, your weekend celebrating, all of that. They're showing that many of you are going to check in and begin this weekend making that your priority. Not saying that you're not going to live the rest of your life, you're not going to become a monk, but that your priorities are shifting is what they're showing. Amazing. I don't know what else to say about this reading. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think, but pretty high vibrating energies for this reading. So I'll just leave it there and send you many high vibrating blessings for your week. Until we meet again, stay blessed. Take care.